A documentary about a small group of people whose only goal is to beat video games faster than humanly possible. There is nothing better than a good documentary about a small, passionate subculture of society. I'm not really a crossword puzzle or a Scrabble guy, but I love the documentaries, wordplay, and word wars about those subjects. And then there are a lot of great documentaries about video games that are entertaining to the general public, such as King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters about Donkey Kong, and Ecstasy of Order about Tetris. But even if the documentary is not about something that I'm into, I enjoy seeing people talk about their passions. That being said, I kind of am into speedrunning, which is what this documentary is about. I'm a lifelong gamer, and I get more enjoyment out of old single-player games than I do of new multiplayer games. But I am by no means a speedrunner. While I am currently trying to beat every NES game ever released in North America, not a single one of those games has been beaten with grace. Most of them I come scraping across the finish line on my last life. Watching speedrunners compete in a game that you've played is the equivalent of an amateur athlete watching the Olympics. You know the rules and you know what you're capable of, and then seeing someone who's like 1,000 times better than you, there's just something that never gets old about watching that. And it sounds like a joke, but a lot of these guys and girls in the speedrunning community, they train just as much as Olympic athletes. Some of the things that are required to beat these games faster than ever before requires a player to hit the button at the exact right moment. These are called frame perfect inputs. And in many cases, these games are played at 60 frames per second, meaning that you have to hit button combinations at the exact 1/60th of a second in order to succeed. And these folks are extracting code from the original game, and they study it line by line, tracing every single input to figure out how seemingly random things in the game aren't actually random, and then they exploit those things to beat the games even faster. It's really fascinating, at least to a nerd like me. The documentary is narrated by a man who goes by the moniker of Summoning Salt. He holds and has held the record for the fastest completion of my all-time favorite original Nintendo game, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! But really, he's more known as a speedrunning historian. He has dozens of long-form YouTube videos with millions of views going through world record histories of a specific game. In these videos, he does a great job of showing the time and dedication it takes to keep breaking these records. And many times, a speedrunner will say that a game is done, meaning they had a perfect run and there's literally no way to beat the game any faster. And then someone finds a new trick that saves even more time. And that same push can really be applied to real life. No matter how hopeless the situation feels, there's almost always a successful path forward. The documentary follows a handful of speedrunners who I was familiar with, but seeing them in their home life with their friends and their family added a level of respect that I didn't know I needed. It kind of felt like loving a song for years and years and then finally learning more about the songwriter or the meaning behind that song. A big chunk of the movie follows this biannual event called Games Done Quick, which started in a guy's grandma's basement and has grown into a worldwide phenomenon. This event brings the best speedrunners from around the world under one roof to show what they can do. The event is a huge fundraiser where people donate for their favorite game or their favorite runner, and each event raises literally millions of dollars for cancer research. You do not have to like video games to appreciate this documentary. Narrator Summoning Salt does a great job of explaining the intricacies of the hobby in a way that the general public can understand. For decades, gaming has been considered a nerdy hobby and a waste of time. These gamers have found a way to turn that nerdy hobby into incredible feats of hand-eye coordination, memorization, muscle memory, dedication, and focus, all while raising millions of dollars to make the world a better place. A room full of people playing Super Mario Bros. 3, meeting the creator of Super Mario, playing games blindfolded, retro game collections, streaming games across the internet.